Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Christy Calcagno. We are following some breaking news right now in Sumter County, where deputies are investigating a brutal dog attack at a home in Rembert. The sheriff's office says that a pit bull cane Corso mix broke through a door and mauled a victim, leaving that person with severe life-threatening injuries. Right now, we are waiting for more details on exactly what led up to this attack and whether any charges are pending. Let's go ahead and go live now to a press conference with the sheriff's office. Now, we do want to warn you, the details of this attack are disturbing, so viewer discretion is advised.
You ready?
One moment.
One moment in time.
Sorry.
Right.
Ready when you are.
All right.
Yep, go ahead.
On Tuesday, August 14th, the Sumter County Sheriff's Office responded to a call for service in the western portion of Sumter County on the Claremont Road, located in Rembert, South Carolina. The call was that an individual was attacked by K9. An Amazon delivery person was delivering a package to a residence on Claremont Road, and upon dropping the package off, the dogs at that residence came out from the residence, attacked the delivery person, and that person sustained some serious injuries, causing them to be airlifted to a hospital in Richland County. It appears that again, it was the dog came out, attacked the delivery person. As she had already put the package down, and then she was leaving the residence. It appears that the animals then attacked her. Owners of the residence and the animals did come out to assist. They came out, tried to render assistance, tried to get the dogs away from the person. It took a while, but by that time, the dogs had already caused serious harm to the person. The dogs have been quarantined. We had them here at the Sumter County Sheriff's Office, and we are conducting vicious attack.
So are you saying that there are multiple dogs that caused this attack by chance, and were they all in pit bulls?
At this time, we found that it was reported that it was one dog. We have one dog that is quarantined, and that we are further investigating this incident. And there are other dogs on the property.
Gotcha.
Dogs on the property.
So just one dog at this point, but there could have been others, correct, on the property?
That's correct, and we're conducting an investigation into the incident.
Has these dogs ever had a history of attacking people or things of that nature?
Not that we're aware of. We haven't responded to that residence for that matter, but as far as the dogs attacking someone, I cannot say if they did or not, but we have no record of responding to that residence for such.
And is the dog in question, is it caught up on all its vaccinations? Does any rabies or anything of that nature the UPS driver had to worry about?
Yes, it appears that the dogs have been have received their shots, and DHEC has been notified. But it looks like dogs have been well taken care of, shots, and again, we're conducting the investigation.
And any update on the UPS driver right now?
She remains in critical condition at the hospital in Columbia, Palmetto Prisma, Richland.
Was she like an older lady, middle age? Are you able to say that at this point?
I believe her 59-year-old lady, 58-year-old lady that was attacked.
What was she delivering? Was it just a package for Amazon?
Apparently it was an Amazon package that she was delivering. The package again had been delivered and had been sat on the porch, and she was exiting the porch when the dogs attacked.
Could the dog possibly
When the dog attacked.
Could the dog be put down potentially at this point, or why hasn't? Where does that stand?
Again, the dog has been quarantined. We're contacting DHEC, and then, of course, we'll go from there. Yes.
Is this a problem that you see with delivery drivers and dogs, particularly in rural areas throughout the county?
Well, I imagine yes, it's a potential problem anytime there's animals on the property, and of course, we encourage animal owners to be responsible for their animals. They could, depending upon the situation, there are charges. Whereas if an owner does not maintain or contain an animal, then criminal charges could perhaps be brought. But yes, the potential is always there.
Was the door that the dog went through to then attack, was that like a screen door? Was it a glass door? Do we know at this point?
It's reported as a screen door, and that the dogs did go through a screen door.
Was so then the main front door, was it opened or something, or was it just the screen door? Was that the front door? How that specific?
Well, apparently I guess the main door of the home would have been open, and the screen door was closed. So the dogs actually went through the screens. The dog actually went through the screen.
And what are the stats at this point of the owners possibly being criminally charged at this point? Where are we at that point?
Again, we're conducting an investigation, and as the evidence unfolds, we'll make a determination if charges are to be made.
Are you able to, do you know specifically what was in that package? Like, was it food or was it any?
No, I don't.
Do you have any photos of the dogs at this point? Have those been released?
We haven't released any as of yet, no.
Will you be able to release?
As the investigation unfolds, perhaps we'll be able to do that. We're still investigating.
When it comes just to the nature of this attack and how just gruesome it was, have you seen anything like this in Sumter, maybe just with other dogs or anything like this?
This is probably, I've been in law enforcement 40 years, and this is probably one of the most vicious, if not the most vicious attack I've seen by an animal in a situation like this. And certainly it's traumatic. And of course, we pray that the victim recovers real soon. But there again, she's in critical condition.
Could you talk a little more about the extent of her injuries?
All I can tell you at this point that she is in critical condition. She's being treated at Pamela Prison in Richland.
Any other questions for the chief?
For delivery drivers out there that may be concerned upon hearing this, is there anything in particular they can do when they approach a house?
Well, we encourage them to be extra careful and monitor the situation if at all possible before entering any property. And even from a law enforcement standpoint, we got to be very vigilant when we approach properties. But anyone, making a delivery or whatever, approaching someone's property, just be vigilant. People have the right to own animals. It's not a problem with that. There again, maintaining them and being responsible for them.
And I know you may have already spoke about this, but was the delivery woman, was she attacked on their property, or the dog came off of their property to attack her?
It appears she was attacked on the property, in the yard of the property. The dogs did come out of the door and attacked her in the yard. A dog, yes.
More than one?
At this point, we have one dog quarantined. We're investigating, but there were more dogs on the property at the time.
Okay, and sorry to ask a question like this, but are there any thoughts about whether the dog will be put down, or what kind of will happen with the situation?
Again, it's being investigated. We have contacted DHEC, and of course, that protocol has to be done. Of course, it's put in place, and then at this point, I'm not able to say what will happen after that.
And the family who owns the dog, obviously, they weren't thinking that anything like this would have happened, but have they, said anything, regarding this situation, regarding this attack?
Again, we're just conducting the investigation, our initial investigation. We've spoken with them from that standpoint. They did attempt to render aid to remove the dog from that scene at that time, and then of course the dog did overpower, and by the time they were able to get control of the dog, then the injuries had already occurred. The lady had sustained her injuries.
what type of dog it was?
A cane Corso, mixed with pit bull.
Do you know if all the other dogs that are on the property, were they all also cane Corso dogs, and how many total dogs?
I'm not sure at this time exactly how many there are on the property, but again, as the investigation unfolds, then we'll be able to provide further information.
Was she a young woman and a more seasoned woman?
58 years of age.
And so, of course, the one property owner came out to try to struggle to get the dog off the person, and then how many other people had to come to help to get the dog full?
It was just the property owners there at the time. It was that were able that handled the dogs. Just the property
Two
owners.
people or just one?
Two.
Gotcha.
I have one question. And can you explain to me why this is maybe a criminal investigation right now?
Well, of course, there are charges if people don't maintain their animals. They could be charged with possibly allowing animals to run at large, vicious animals. It depends on the circumstances and if they meet the elements of the crime. So yes, we'll have to conduct that investigation. And then again, the seriousness of these injuries, any dog bite could very well result in criminal charges. But the severity of these issues, we certainly want to make sure that we do what needs to be done.
And can you just kind of explain how if the dog possibly attacked her on the property,
Yes, I think I've already.
the owners in the wrong because that's their property and she was attacked on their property?
There again, we're investigating it to see if it fits any crime that could be charged. Yeah. Okay.
Will that be all? Chief, any final comments?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
As you've been speaking with Chief Anthony Gardner of Sumter County Sheriff's Office. Thank you, Chief.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
We have a redacted incident report here and some pens.
All right.
Oh, we get to have some. Oh, okay. I can't say you're my
We don't have
favorite,
water bottles
but.
right now, I bring those up.
Just wrapping up that conversation there in that press conference over in Sumter County, learning more details about a vicious dog mauling that happened back on Tuesday over on Claremont Road in Rembert, South Carolina, which is over in Sumter County, where we have learned that a 58-year-old Amazon delivery driver was attacked by a dog. As of right now, we are hearing that one of the dogs is now in quarantine. No word yet on two dogs or even more was involved in this attack, but the sheriff was able and the deputies were able to confirm one of the dogs is right now in quarantine. But we are hearing that that woman then was airlifted over to Richland County because her injuries were so severe. He also mentioned that during all of this, the owners did try to go and help and get the dogs away, but the dog did cause some serious harm during that time. We are also hearing that they were able to break through a screen door before they went to go and attack that Amazon delivery driver. We are hearing that she was able to go and deliver those packages. No word yet on what was in those packages, but that was when the animal was able to go through the screen door and then attack the woman. That was also, of course, according to the Sumter County Sheriff's Office. We have also heard that the dogs are all up to date on their vaccines, but DHEC has also been called to take care of the situation as well. Also hearing that they are conducting the investigation on not only the owners, but also of what has happened and what unfolded, where it happened. They also say that these attacks do happen and it is incredibly traumatic. In fact, he mentioned in his years of being in Sumter County, this is the most vicious attack by an animal he has ever seen. He also says that anybody, if you're going to anybody's house, whether it's for a dog or for anything dropping off for delivery drivers, you always want to be just extra careful. Monitor the situation and, of course, be very careful when they approach properties. And they can own animals as well, just maintaining them and then just being a responsible dog owner. That is what the Sheriff's Department is really pushing on as well.